Universal Studios Hollywood have just unveiled the train for their new world-class multi-launch roller coaster, and it might be one of the best roller coaster trains I have ever seen. One of the most unique rides I've also ever seen has just opened its doors at Futuroscope in France, and damn, that ride is ahead of its time. And with parks busy testing their new rides and their new refurbishments, a well-known park in Germany was tested by the weather. Yeah, it didn't look too great. As you can tell, it's been a very unique week, because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, welcome back to the series that only ever releases weekly. This past week in theme parks, where we take a look at the news in the past 7 days within the theme park industry. And as I've already said, there is a lot of news going on. So if you do want to skip to specific stories, use the video progress bar chapters below. And use that subscribe button if you haven't already. These videos do take quite some time to research and create every week. So any support towards the series and this video would be greatly appreciated. And I know you guys would appreciate me just shutting up and getting on with the news. So I'm going to. Let's get into it. Traveling to the US of A, first of all. Oh, did you hear the eagle sounds? Walt Disney World in Florida has a few new announcements this week. First of all, having closed the Muppet Vision 3D and the Muppet Courtyard, there are now some images on the construction wall surrounding it of Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc., because Monsters Inc. is replacing this, and also an updated concept art from the original that we got, and here's the difference of them, you know. You can barely tell a difference, other than the fact the theatre is now called The Glob. That is happening over in Disney Hollywood Studios, but over at Epcot, Disney have also announced that Test Track 3.0 will be opening on July 22nd. I can't believe they're on a 3.0 of that ride. Next thing you know, we'll be on 1500.0. But they've showed us a little bit of the inside, and it looks very LED and tree driven. I'll be experiencing that when I go to Florida later this year, so subscribe so you don't miss my first reaction. Kentucky Kingdom in Kentucky has had some deliveries listed on a website. You can sort of see in the middle that it says description, parts for a new amusement ride, project name Kentucky Kingdom CDSFC Vekoma project. SFC standing for Suspended Family Coaster, not like a suspended looping coaster, because oh god, those are awful. We're gonna get a new suspended family coaster from Vekoma at Kentucky Kingdom, and that's what they meant by testing your new wings. A Schwarzkopf shuttle loop roller coaster over at Knott's Berry Farm, Montezooma's Revenge, has finally had new track installed and going up like you can see on screen right now. Supposedly, a lot of people thought that project was completely off the cards and they'd abandoned it, but as you can see here, it's going ahead. Great. SeaWorld San Antonio are potentially going to be getting a new B&M family inverted coaster. God, SeaWorld love them, don't they? It's going to cost just under $9 million to make, and it's going to be ready for this time next summer. Flash vertical velocity at Six Flags Great Adventure as well. A lot of people were scared that that had undergone a huge problem and wouldn't be open for many days when someone supposedly stepped on the launch track whilst it was running. Okay, but that ride has reopened since and seems to be running fine. Batwing at Six Flags America as well. That was another one that had a huge scare as to, oh, it's not going to reopen. That has also reopened. Disney's Magic Kingdom have removed a turnstile from the People Mover. Fantastic news here on TPWITP. And going over to Canada for a little bit, because I forgot to say that last time and everyone thought I thought Canada's Wonderland was in America. I'm not that stupid. In Canada, Alpenfury at Canada's Wonderland has been testing now. Literally last week I spoke about the fact they were pulling the train through to test clearance, and they actually showed us a really cool POV that I want to see more of from other parks, actually pulling that train through. So it's like a proper POV of the ride, but not really, which I think is awesome. They released that and then shortly after started testing the ride, and we haven't got a POV since, but when we get one, I'll show you it. Subscribe so you don't miss the Alpenfury POV. Heading over to Shanghai now. I need to take the plane. Fantastic stuff, as two very important stories have unveiled from parks over there. First of which comes from Legoland Shanghai, a new Legoland theme park opening on July the 5th. Well, they also have a family B&M inverted coaster, because again, why not? And a POV has been released of it, and yeah, as you can see, I don't know if it's how it's being filmed, but it looks a bit rough. It also has some really cool elements on it. You sort of dive through a really well lit building, and you've got obviously the minifigure standing right there like this. You got various twists and turns, a little bit of airtime on there as well, some netting below. It looks like a fun ride, but I really hope the POV is misleading with the fact that it looks as rough as Hero. And the other park in Shanghai is Shanghai Disneyland, where they have had suspected roller coaster track for the brand new Spider-Man roller coaster being delivered to the site on the back of a truck. It's not confirmed whether that is for Shanghai Disneyland, but I would assume it is, because I don't think there's any other coasters with that track type going anywhere nearby that's not Disneyland. Traveling to Europe now. We've done so much traveling today, I'm starting to feel a bit travel sick. Where we have various different pieces of news. Hansa Park in Germany are busy starting the construction of their brand new 2026 Gerstlauer mine train, and all they seem to have done so far is some of the groundwork, so we're going to see that go up a lot more over the next few months. Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland Paris is set to reopen on Saturday coming this week after its extensive refurbishment project. This here is the wildest ride in the wilderness. Although it's not open, so how can it be the wildest ride? It's the closed ride in the wilderness. Toutatis at Parc Asterix, their Intamin multi-launch, swing launch, airtime machine roller coaster has reopened after a lot of downtime. I actually hadn't heard about the fact that Toutatis was experiencing some problems, but apparently it's back open now, according to Parc Asterix, so at least that's good. Hossoland in Poland, a brand new theme park opening very soon, has had a full concept art plan released of what the park is going to look like, and it does look really, really nice. And one day I'm hoping to get out and try it when it's actually built, not now, because why would you go to a flat theme park that's just a field? But something I would go and try right now, because it looks like one of the most unique rides I've ever seen, is the recently very heavily previewed Mission Bermuda at Futuroscope. The ride actually doesn't open until the 28th of June, but previews have taken place on it, and we did see testing footage of this a while back, but the POV makes this thing look even more mental. It's like a water coaster, but not. It sort of goes underneath the water and then goes like a rollback section. Like, what's that about? You have some really tight corners, this rapid section that looks so fun, a vertical lift, and of course a huge drop towards the end that takes you down into the main splashdown. This thing just looks ridiculous, and after seeing it, I really hope we see some more rides like that around the parks in the world in the future, because it also looks like you get absolutely soaked. And I think that looks like a lot of fun as well. But tell you what didn't look like a lot of fun this past week, and also got a lot of people soaked, the weather conditions at Phantasialand in Germany. Because all I've been seeing recently are videos of this entire weather storm that came over. And yeah, it looks like a pretty torrential downpour of hail or something, followed by extreme flooding in Klugheim as well. Hopefully the park have sorted that by now. But yeah, didn't look too great from what I saw. Hang on a second, we need to travel to the next country, the UK. I thought because I'm already here I'd land back in the... Anyway, Chessington World of Adventures have been busy building their brand new area of Paw Patrol with their new roller coaster that they're going to put in. The footers have been installed for that, and we're going to see the actual sort of support work and the concrete poured into that soon. Wild Asia as well, their amazingly themed area in the park has been completely destroyed over the past week as well. They've got ongoing work to completely destroy half of that area and move Cobra by about 5 meters to then go on to make the Minecraft land. Alton Towers have been making various different updates along with, you know, adding a new drink, Photoxicator. Rita is closed, of course, and there is another ride at the park closed too, and another ride that should be coming to the park soon, but just seems to be nowhere at the minute. I would talk about it all now, but once this video's done, go and check out my most recent video all about the updates at Alton Towers, because there was a lot to cover, and I actually went to the park and did a vlog for once. But hold on a minute, because there is one piece of information that has happened in the past week here in the UK that is absolutely incredible. We have a new roller coaster. And I'm not even kidding. A theme park here in the UK may have just got and installed the best roller coaster ever. Thank you to Theme Park Eye for letting me know about this, because my life wouldn't have changed as much without this information as it has. The Crocky Trail have introduced this roller coaster right here. Look how beautiful it is. But it's great to see small parks like that actually installing roller coasters, even if they are of that size. Anyone who wants the cred, go and get it. Talking of new roller coasters though, and just new stuff in general, once again we need to talk about Universal Studios in general. Because not only has the site for the Universal Studios Great Britain Park opening in 2031 started making the new construction village for the actual construction to then take place on the field opposite, more about that in an episode of The Field coming very soon, but also Epic Universe over in Orlando have been very busy as well. Because not only are they making some seat upgrades to Stardust Racers and a couple other rides, including Hiccup's Wing Gliders, to sort of make the seats more accessible, which is a great thing. Not only last week did they actually tease that brand new restaurant for 2026, but now we have confirmation of an expansion coming very soon to the park because of permits that have been filed. Massive shout out to Orlando Park Stop for managing to find all of this information. The permits are for Project 915, which are supposedly going to be 40,000 square feet in size. The main expansion plot that everyone's rumoring to be used first is the space next to Super Nintendo World that would link very nicely to Celestial Park. And that area supposedly also links up to that amount of square foot space. So it's probably the space for this expansion. But for now, I wouldn't expect anything major. It will probably just be some sort of stage show or something like that. I wouldn't expect a brand new dark ride or anything in that area. But Universal, please prove me wrong. Universal have also been busy over in Hollywood. They're just busy every week. I might as well make an entire segment based on them every week. At the Universal Studios Hollywood Park, building Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, a brand new Intamin drift coaster. Now this ride looks incredible. We saw some early concepts of it and you can see that the trains are going to look like race cars and oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. Well, they've now revealed some more concept art of it. Look how cool that entire area looks. It looks amazing. Definitely prefer the brick building vibe for that rather than Fast and Furious Supercharged. But also, they revealed one of the cars on that train that is going to navigate the layout. And look at this. How cool is that train? It's that famous Dodge Charger from the films, and it looks so nice as a roller coaster train. The fact you were going to sit in one of those 4 seats on the train next to 3 other cars because there are other cars coming. I have a slight feeling it could be one of the best roller coaster trains in the world, but that may just be my inner car fan speaking. And for those of you who may be fans of cars, it appears the other cars on the track with this Dodge Charger are going to be a Mazda RX-7, a Nissan GT-R 34 Skyline, and a Supra Mark IV. Individually, of course, these cars will rotate throughout the layout. They won't actually do spinning, like it's not going to be a free spinning car because that makes no sense. But I assume on-ride audio will be included as well, and you'll be able to go down these hills and into these elements, and you'll just be like twisting and drifting with the ride. I genuinely want to make my way over to Hollywood right now just to go on that when it opens, and also to go to Disneyland, California, and go to the Cars Land, because that looks incredible as well. What is up with me and cars? It's going to be lap bars as expected from Intamin, absolutely amazing manufacturer. They always love putting their lap bars on rides, and I think it's going to be one hell of a ride, especially with onboard audio and everything. It's going to be amazing. And that opens in 2026. So yeah, very excited to see that develop. I'll tell you exactly when it starts testing. In fact, right now they're actually pulling the train through the tracks. I don't know if it's right now because when I'm filming this, it's quite early in the morning. So might be a bit of a time zone difference. But much like Alpenfury had, they've been pulling the train through one car and doing clearance testing on that. So I'm assuming in the next 2 or 3 days, we'll see it testing fully. And it's going to be an incredible sight to behold. But then also, this gives us a very good indication that the DeLoreans on the Back to the Future roller coaster at Universal Studios Great Britain could 100% be possible, and I would absolutely die for that. What do you guys think to that amazing train and any of this other news I have covered today? Leave your thoughts in the comments and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next time I'm doing this series, because I'm gone.